Guys, did you see the story online that is trending?
What story is that?
There is a man that died in his house.
Oh, I saw it.
4 years.
I saw it
I don't
as well.
understand. What point do people think it's not necessary to communicate with their environment?
No, see, no offense to the dead. Honestly, what I first saw that caught my attention was so funny was the posture demanded. You know when you get
You even saw the post. I couldn't even look at
no, honestly, because you could now tell that this person, like what I could tell, it could be very little detail, but you know when you come out, when you could get home and you're very tired and you just like fall on your bed and you're like this, and then one of your leg just drops. That was it. I'm like, this person had just gotten on my, probably he was sick or something. I was just like, it was too stressed out and just laid there. And that was because it didn't look like someone that I don't know. I don't do science fiction.
But can you blame him though? In today's society, like people keep moving mad, man. Like I can't judge.
No, the background about the story was that because from the write-up they said that he didn't have a family with him. He had houses everywhere, and he told them he was supposed to travel to a particular state, I think Port Harcourt or something, for Elaebi. But somebody had disappeared for 4 years and nobody came to the house to check because his vehicle was in the car.
So you think that's a function of him not wanting other people around?
I can't even.
If your family member, regardless of whether you like him or not, if your family member went missing
somebody for 4 years and nobody went to his house.
No, that's exactly. For somebody that do not relate with people.
It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters.
I can't judge if he relates or not.
I don't think it's a function of him relating to people, right? If your family member, regardless of how good of a relationship you have with the person, goes missing, you should go and look for them.
Exactly, but not for 4 years.
For 4 years.
It was it's a different thing if he went to a different location and he got missing. He was in his house.
But he told them he was traveling.
But for crying out loud, somebody has not appeared for 4 years. He has a phone.
Okay, look, while we are still on this topic, right? This brings me to the question: do you think we can drive alone?
You can't if you want to.
Do you guys believe, like,
my own philosophy?
I don't understand.
My own philosophy. You can drive at a point and then later gather people in, because if you drag people in from the journey from your adulthood to when you are 60, you go cry. That's the thing I can say.
Like, what do you like drag alone? How? Because Join, please help me.
So like I think that like most people, especially like people that are like introverts or whatever, like I get you not like wanting to relate to people, and I get that there are people that are normally socially awkward or whatever, right? But to be honest, for security reasons and for even selfish reasons, as in career reasons or whatever, like you need people.
You need people.
So like you don't like people, okay, but you need to.
Let us define needing people. Let's define needing people or being an introvert. I am intro extro, honestly. I'm intro when I want to be intro. I'm extro. Wait, it depends. Because what I'm saying is that I'm the life of a party when I'm outside. But when I'm in my space, I don't want people in my space. That's a different thing. But I still have that relationship. But I just want you in my space. There are two different things. So which one are we talking about here?
Women falling for him.
No,
it was
what I want to say is let us define. Let us define what we are saying here.
Okay. For me, right? Like, actually, not like you. I don't know what introvert is. But like, I'm an introvert. Yeah, I am an introvert, right? I don't fuck with people, right? But then, no, I don't. People are crap. But calm down.
No, you don't fuck, but you fuck with women, right?
I don't. I think that's a different conversation.
It's not a different conversation.
That's a conversation
say you don't fuck with
That's a conversation for another day. Calm down.
Okay.
Right? Primary school, like, naturally, like, you're young, you have friends and all. Secondary school, you have friends and all, right? I mean, it's not even from an introvert's point of view, right? How many of those friends transition with you? Not many, right? And then when you do transition over, like, the years, right? You pick up like a few that are still there, right? Regardless of whether you're an introvert or not. Those people are the kind of people, like, for instance, for me, like, you don't have to text them or call them every day, and you're still guys. You know that this person is a guy, right? But from a professional point of view, like she said, right, I agree that you cannot work in isolation, right? You cannot work in isolation. My argument essentially is that you do need people, but I'm not crazy about it.
Elaebi, you fresh boy. You
checking up on you.
Join
wants to say something.
So, like, I got to university like really early, right? And so because I was going to be like one of the youngest people in a federal university, I was like, my guard on, like I don't fuck with people. And all of it.
Everybody looks forward to leaving the house.
Everybody
looks forward to leaving the house.
I was
leaving
like,
the house.
yeah, you guys are like Raz, and like I'm just here.
That was different too.
No, wait. I will not talk to you guys or whatever, right?
Okay.
And because like the course that I studied were like one of the first sets, so like things were not like normal.
Okay.
And so one of those random days, like we had exam and we're supposed to have exam for, let's say the exam was supposed to be for Tuesday. And after exam, at the bad beach, as I'm done, as in I carry my bag, as in I'm not talking to anybody. And so they moved the date of the exam.
Wow.
And in the class of
Nobody told you.
Nobody
told
Told you.
So you were prepared for an exam that was...
Like that day I was reading and I was like, let me know the Oloриbu.
But did they move it forward or move it back? Or let me know the kind of...
Forward.
Okay, and then...
So like the exam was going on Tuesday, they moved it to Monday. And because I didn't talk to anybody, like nobody, like they didn't...
So you were reading while your mates were writing exam?
Exactly. And I was
My sister.
Let me call the class rep with that, how far, let's know what's
You should
up.
thank your Eleda that they let you call. Your stars told you
like know how to manage people.
I carried the course over.
Hey!
See.
I don't
know how to navigate people.
Exactly.
It's an essential skill. Know how to navigate people.
No, my own is
but
not
then
bad. At least you have
being in a
person
community,
friend
you don't have
that
to make them your
That's the thing.
friend.
Like I didn't talk to anybody. I didn't say.
So you were a loner.
Yeah, I was like, I didn't see the.
So even if a spoke come out like this, they've missed you.
but then that's surprising though. I wouldn't have believed that Anjoyin was that kind of person.
That's the thing. Like I had to learn the hard way, right? And that's
You learned the very hard way because I can't survive that way you learned.
No,
I will carry over
so
that
you were always
post.
life of the party. Like I know everybody's.
And so, funny enough, I have something similar to hers. So if any of my classmates get to watch this video, they will know that I didn't, out of like 90 something people, I was only close to 3 people and I was closest to just one person. And luckily for us, both of us were in almost similar hostels and all that. But it's a private school now. Even if you don't speak to your friend, somebody who is your classmate lives 3 rooms beside you. So it's something I could just walk and be, please, I need your notes. So I don't think that information can pass me by. But I understand your own course. It's a federal school. Your hostel could be miles away from where school is
let
and
me
all
bust
that.
your brain. I had like one of my classmates. We stayed in the same hostel.
And were you in the
So
same
that's
room?
why
If that is your case,
For
no,
me.
that's how
I am
bad.
not that bad.
So I think people were saying like introvert, as in I was the king.
I think my own bad
anybody.
is not in terms of school. Mine is in terms of family. So like everybody has. So when we move to family now, let's just even leave school aside. That's even usually. Let us go to where you were born, your nuclear family. A lot of people, like millennials, like some people, will find themselves off in their family.
True.
So you don't even have that bond.
Yeah.
So the moment you step out from, if you are lucky and you attend boarding secondary school, that is the beginning of your freedom. That is the beginning, and you tend to live outside of your family. You tend to live alone. You tend to do things yourself. So you become independent well enough. So when you get to uni, you see some people, even when school is on vacation, some students are still on campus. They don't go home at all.
Why now?
But Ibukun,
I've seen
them.
them.
No, that was them, but I'm only saying
from being a part of a community.
But you are talking about that, but this is not just logical about being a part. It's an emotional thing. There are a lot of things that attach
But even
to
in
being,
secondary
to
school, when
having
you're
people
interacting
around
with
you.
people,
See, in secondary school, I can
Interact
tell you
with
that.
people,
I can
for
tell you
sure.
that. See, I'm just realizing now as we're talking that even in secondary school, I don't talk to any of my secondary school mates at the moment.
No,
But
that's
however,
normal. I think
no, it's not normal
No, the real
because some
community
people
to
have
me,
friendship
the
that
people
grew
you've
up
had
from
recent
primary.
conversations.
How many people in your secondary
interactions-
school are you still in talks with?
You don't have to even have.
one person.
You
How
don't
many
even.
people in your university are in your secondary school are you still in talks with?
Secondary school, I'm not very sure, but uni.
University,
How many people in your secondary
just
school are you
like-
still in touch with? That's what I'm saying. So you can imagine for you to imagine
Okay,
someone who
wait,
had a lot
okay,
of
so-
friends in
okay, wait.
secondary school
No,
but doesn't have in uni. In my uni at the moment, the people I still talk to at the moment are people who were my best friend I said, and then 2 other people who were my roommates,
Okay.
and we had to happen to be roommates for 2 good years straight up.
During the people in your secondary school that you still relate to, did you guys grow up in the same environment?
No.
I mean, sort of actually. Let's not lie.
Okay, so do you understand? So she had already created the community from home.
Okay.
And then
let us leave uni. As of now, how many of those friends are you in close relationship with? Looking at work.
Close relationship is even subjective, in my opinion.
Like,
you don't have to even speak with them every day to have
exactly.
a
I don't
close
have to be your
relationship.
friend to be part of your
People
community.
feel
Very
offended
subjective.
when you don't keep that energy you had with them 5 years back and that same energy now.
I think people understand that everybody is
Exactly.
growing. Like time
You think people are understanding?
I think people understand.
But you have to be
And
understanding.
if they don't understand, then they were never a part of your community.
Exactly. You should move to another community. Community
So
is bad.
if we're saying community,
People
now,
can
are
be
we
a
now?
member of your
See,
community,
if we're
my
saying
darling.
okay, so we're talking about community now. Are we saying that people that when times are hard, people you
when
able
push
to
comes to
fall
shove, they'll
back
pull
on.
up.
So
They'll
it's
pull
that
up.
when push comes to
Okay.
shove,
Yeah,
they're always
they'll
there
pull
for you.
up,
I
they'll
don't
pull
think people are trying to stop
Exactly.
about.
Okay,
That's your real community. They don't even have to be
There's the family community. There's your immediate environment community. There's
I am
work
not
community.
I'm not saying that
It doesn't-
we can thrive alone, but I'm only defending that at some point in time in our lives, we find out that there are not a lot of people around you at that moment. It could be adolescent age, it could be during your, I don't know, your early 30s, your early 40s,
Can I ask
but
you
you
a
always
question?
pass that phase. Yes.
Well, I mean, the world is a global.
Talk about your
the world
friends who
is a global
relocate
market,
every now
right?
and
Exactly,
then. Now.
that's
Those
what
are the
I'm saying.
people who are even
So
struggling.
in instance where someone relocates, right, and I've heard this from like lots of people, right? You go to a new country and starting life alone, all by yourself, right? That's a whole experience. Even upon the fact that you have, access to all these social media platforms, you can reach out to your community. It's still a very lonely experience, right? But then does that mean like for that reason, like they cannot thrive, they cannot succeed? They
No
can't.
one is saying they cannot.
They can't.
So that is why I'm
They
saying
can't.
that you can
That way
actually
to
thrive
know
alone
people.
and still
No,
thrive
but you need
well.
people because if you
But you don't have
have
access to your
people,
family
you would make
physically.
But it's tough.
mistakes.
In countries
You make a lot of
where there's a
mistakes.
language barrier, there's like, okay, fine.
There's
you go to
culture
a-
barrier.
A country that has a language
Why
barrier.
not?
Why would
Why not?
okay, you don't see that in
Why not?
Nigeria and still be doing
I'm
what?
going to move to
Why not?
Nigeria tomorrow.
Buhari's
right?
government.
Why not?
I don't understand
Who be doing Buhari's
You have the
government? When you have the
opportunity to go to
opportunity of going to France.
You won't go.
Won't you go?
Even if I
You
do, I
will
still don't
learn.
understand
See,
the culture of.
Aina,
You
whenever
understand the
you-
culture
whenever
now,
you
but
be-
you
are
might not
going to
understand the
learn.
language. But the
I
opportunity
would
is still a
learn,
big
yes,
one.
but I can't learn alone.
But it
I
doesn't
have
mean
to
that they don't.
interact
It doesn't mean that they
with
don't
course,
speak
of
English
course.
at
So
all.
definitely, like, cannot thrive alone.
But you know
I'm
that
moving
there's
to
a-
another country, but
Yeah.
I think that if you're going to move to another country,
Okay.
I mean, there's going to be a reason. Is it that it's for
An
work,
opportunity.
Exactly.
or like there's school,
School.
or whatever,
Exactly.
right? And so I guess maybe when you go to your dormitory or your house, like you may not be tight with your neighbors, but if it's school,
Yeah, like you should
have,
have.
you should
You
have
see,
like your work,
I had
your
see.
school
Exactly.
community, or your
See,
international
wait,
community,
yeah,
or
see.
whatever,
Okay.
right?
All
See,
of
I
us
like
here, all of
I
us
like
here
I like
want
the
to
stage where both of you are.
Exactly.
You
All
should
of us
be.
here.
No, there's no
No, wait,
problem.
Ibukun, all
I
of
just
us here.
spoke to
Remember,
I just spoke to a
remember,
friend of
I
mine.
said-
Honestly, I get you being an introvert or whatever. Be close to people for selfish reasons.
Exactly.
Again, see, if anything happens to you, who you call?
But I think that theory is always different from
stories.
practical.
This man's
Have there
story,
not been
like,
stages in
different-
our
I'm
life?
not-
No,
I'm
theory
not-
is
I'm
it's
not-
easier for you
I'm
to
not
say.
for you.
Do your
I know
thing
what I'm
on
going to
your
say.
own.
No,
You see, no
honestly, I
problem.
don't need
I
to
agree
None
with you.
of us,
I agree
wait.
with you.
just know me and let me know you, so that if anything happens, I can.
You have
point
someone.
out,
See,
guys,
at this
we
point,
don't need to
none of
decide.
us has jackpot at this point, so we cannot say. However, I still, fortunately for us here, I spoke with a friend of mine who had jackpot just recently.
Okay.
And he was talking about the way, even when you have families in the same country, you people have different time zones. Somebody is doing 3 jobs and he has morning shift, you are doing night shift. From night shift, you are going to school. It is very lonely. However, are
very
people
lonely.
surviving in their loneliness?
Yes.
Yes. Is it possible to thrive alone? Yes. It's only that it
No.
is possible. Wait,
It takes a lot
see,
of understanding,
I'm not
right?
saying that
If I-
you don't need people around you. You can
So-
have you can
So
call your family
so
members on
so
social
your friend,
media.
so
I had a
Jackpot,
friend.
She doesn't have anybody. As in,
So,
She has people that she can reach out
I
to.
hear you. I hear you.
She
I
has
hear
people
what
You
you're saying.
understand my
No,
concept.
calm
I'm
down.
not saying
No.
that
I
you
don't
can't-
understand your concept. Wait. I hear you.
No, I am not
I
saying
hear what
that.
you're saying.
I have family,
right?
I have friends, I have everybody around
Okay.
me. But I don't have them physically.
But doesn't mean
Where
that
I
they're
am
not
before
But
I
they're
can
there
see
for you.
That's what I'm saying.
They're
It
there
just
for
but
you.
the way you are saying it is as if no. If you travel abroad, don't you have phone calls to call your families here? But over there, you are almost like a
No,
loner.
that's the thing. I must be part of it. Even if it's work, even if I'm tending to bars, right? Like I'm in a bar serving people, right?
Yeah.
I will still have
You're still
people
interacting with
in
people.
that environment. I'll interact with them. They would help me. Do you understand? So my
In
darling,
some
no,
way,
you
yes,
cannot.
but in some way, yes, I think
In
they
as much
would
as
help
you
you,
are
but
alone,
it doesn't,
you have to get
I don't think it
interact with
completely
people.
removes the loneliness, right? I don't think that qualifies as community.
How about people who have families and they are still feeling lonely? Yes, their families are not dead. Their mom, their brother, they are there, and people are dying of depression every now and then.
So guys,
please,
guys,
you can have family and they are
guys,
useless to you because people are dying of depression every single day.
There's a part of community that solves a physical problem, right? You need physical connections with people. Calm down. And then at the same time, there's an emotional part or emotional aspect of community.
And honestly,
mental health is a real
your physical presence
is a real problem.
Your physical.
You could work at a bar.
Aina,
your physical connected with me. You can be in Nigeria, right? You are my friend, my best friend. I'm emotionally down. I'm in Canada.
There's so much.
And then I will
in another country.
You will call me and you think that your own time frame that is 9 hours away from me will make you accessible to me. No.
I will send you a voice.
That's it. Elaebi has just said where I'm going to. You cannot be physically present and not be emotionally present. A lot of people are dying of emotion. As in, the emotional part of having family being there and supportive is what people need. I don't need your physical presence for anything. I'm not saying that family is out of this context, but as long as it's only physical presence you are giving me, and I'm not getting that emotional support, it's as good as me not having any.
But I will always get emotional support from somebody.
From somebody.
That's not true.
I will always.
You could have friends that are physically there for you, but
if we do a statistic, who else? Who are this table right now has experienced depression one way? It might not be the extreme one, but you've been to that.
I think that's something everybody deals with.
So why would you think that having family? Can you see that you people are contradicting yourself now? You have family. You have family. They are there for you physically. You are not doing without them, but yet at every point you have felt you have gotten to that point of depression where what was missing? And you could not reach out to them. Who did you reach out at that point?
Me, I reached out to my brother.
Your brother?
Yes.
Not everybody is happy to family, to be fair. In my case, I am, right? Thankfully. But not everybody feels like they can open up.
Exactly, they can open up to family, especially for issues that you can't explain.
You know the problem with the problem with emotional connections and family, right? Family are the set of people, a group of people that have the highest expectations from you.
Yes.
There are certain things that you go and tell your family, and then it turns into judgment immediately, almost immediately, right? They expect, especially when you're like an older child, they expect so much from you. They see you as this person that's coming to, like, change.
If you are the first boy, you are the first male.
There's a lot of demand
on you.
Automatically.
That's true.
But your family is not the first people you go to. Sometimes
your friends would rather
that are your childhood friends are not the first people you go to because you're scared of being judged or people giving you a tag. Let's say, okay, there are several instances. You're battling with an health issue. You're battling with an emotional problem. Even work itself, people have been through several things in life. Even Nigeria, having friends that are jackpot and you cannot even gather the funds. There's a lot of pressure on you. See your family you got me.
Help us here. Just help us. All these things that she's saying, just help us. Like, okay, you at some point you've been depressed, right? Okay, and then who came through for you? Who was there? Who was emotionally available for you?
Who was the top of the mind for you to reach out? Is the most? Is it your mom, your brother? Who were you able to reach out to?
Ibukun.
It doesn't have to be family.
It doesn't have to be family.
It was people in my church.
Do you understand? She had a church.
See, the only way you can reach out to somebody in church. The only way you can reach out to somebody in church is because you know that after I talk to this person, it's not like this person know me fully well. It's not like you know my house or you know my generation. So I will tell you will give me your advice and I will move on. That is why you see, we all go to people that are not closest to us when we have problem because it's either you want to go to a that's why people go to counselors because you feel that once you tender your problem, they tell you everybody moves on. This person will not judge me from a judgmental point of view.
I think that thought process is wrong.
Okay.
Exactly, it is.
Well, it is my thought process. That is how I feel. That's my standpoint. That's my view.
Now your view be
yes, now my view be that.
This now my view. And don't forget to subscribe.